Season 1. In the quiet turning point of your destiny, right in the unseen center of your heartbeat, a powerful awakening has already begun. And you don't even realize how many hidden forces have aligned themselves to lift you toward a life you once believed was far beyond your reach. Because today, the heavens have chosen to speak directly to your spirit. And this message is not a coincidence, not an accident, not a random moment. It is a divine appointment arranged long before you took your first breath, long before you knew what struggle meant, long before you understood the weight of disappointment, long before anyone doubted your worth, because the divine has been watching every moment you survived when you should have fallen, every tear you hid when no one cared to ask what hurt you, every night you carried pain that your own voice refused to express, every prayer you whispered that you weren't even sure would be heard. Yet here you are, chosen, called, lifted, and prepared for a transformation so massive that even your past will not recognize who you are about to become. For the season of your suffering has completed its circle, and the season of your elevation has begun. And you might think your journey has been chaotic, broken, uncertain, or delayed, but every delay was protection. Every loss was redirection. Every rejection was recalibration. And every unanswered question was preparing you for the revelation that is unfolding right now as this divine message enters you like a steady flame spreading through your consciousness, waking the courage you forgot you had, stirring the promises that life buried under pressure, unlocking the power that has waited too long to rise inside you. For you're not small, you're not forgotten, you are not behind, you're not unworthy. You are a vessel of destiny, chosen for a path that only your soul was designed to walk, and heaven is now removing every veil that kept you from seeing how extraordinary you truly are, because this world tried to convince you that your wounds defined you. But the divine says your wounds refined you. This world tried to break your voice, but the divine says your voice is your weapon. This world tried to dim your light, but the divine says your light is about to expose everything that once threatened you. And now a new spiritual frequency is emerging in your life, so strong that it is realigning events, guiding people toward you, pulling blessings in your direction, reshaping opportunities you thought were lost, and raising you into the version of yourself that your fate has been waiting for. And this is why your spirit feels different today, why your thoughts feel heavier with meaning, why your intuition feels louder, why your senses feel sharper, because the divine is turning your inner switch from survival to ascension, from confusion to clarity, from fear to authority, from waiting to receiving. And in this rising moment, you are stepping into a supernatural expansion of your identity, your influence, your strength, and your purpose, and nothing from the past, not the shadows, not the doubts, not the sabotage, not the disappointment, has the power to hold you anymore, because a divine announcement has been issued in your name, and heaven does not make announcements that fail. And from this moment, your journey will reveal how everything that once burdened you becomes fuel for your blessing, and every weakness becomes a doorway to wisdom, and every mistake becomes a stepping stone toward your breakthrough, and every closed path becomes a bridge to something greater. For the divine has declared that your season of rising has begun, and no earthly force can stop a heavenly decree. And now, as this divine frequency floods your soul with awakening fire, you will notice your old fears dissolving, your old patterns cracking, your old limitations breaking apart like dust, because your spirit has outgrown every boundary ever placed on you, and now nothing can shrink you again. Nothing can silence you again. Nothing can blind you again. Nothing can cage you again. Nothing can override what has been activated inside you. And the divine is whispering to your deepest self that everything you desire is already seeking you. Everything you prayed for is already forming. Everything you hoped for is already aligning, and everything you were meant to be is already rising through your heartbeat. And this message is only the beginning of your ascension, already forming inside you in ways you cannot yet see, shaping every thought, every breath, every heartbeat toward the path that has been silently waiting for your awakening since the moment your soul first touched the earth. And in this moment, you will realize that all the struggles, all the setbacks, all the nights of silent tears, all the moments when the world seemed too heavy to bear, were never meant to break you, but to forge you into the vessel strong enough to carry the extraordinary purpose that has been written for you from eternity. Because the divine does not choose the unprepared, the weak, or the careless. It chooses those whose spirits have endured the fire of circumstance and the cold of solitude. Those who, in spite of everything, have continued to hope, to believe, to pray, to rise even when the ground beneath them seemed to crumble. And now the invisible hands of the cosmos, the unseen currents of fate, the whispers of angels, the alignment of stars and timing, all converge to illuminate your path, so that nothing can stop the breakthrough that is not only approaching, but is already present within your energy field, pulsating, vibrating, expanding, demanding that you recognize the power you have held silently for years. The authority you never claimed, the light you kept hidden, the wisdom that has been growing beneath the surface of your awareness. For the moment has come when all the hidden gifts, all the unseen strengths, all the dormant potential that the world doubted, that you doubted, that fear tried to suppress, are awakening simultaneously, synchronizing in a divine orchestration that no human hand can orchestrate, no circumstance can alter, no delay can postpone. And you will feel it in the core of your being, in the surge of energy that lifts you from doubt to certainty, from confusion to clarity, from hesitation to unstoppable momentum, from ordinary existence to extraordinary destiny, because the universe itself bends to the will of the divine, and the divine is already speaking to you now through signs, through encounters, through sudden bursts of insight, through coincidences that are never coincidental, through people appearing exactly when they are meant to, through doors opening without effort, through opportunities arriving that feel miraculous but are simply the natural unfolding of what has been preordained. And as you step into this new awareness, you will notice that the shadows of past fears no longer have the weight they once did. That old patterns of self-doubt, procrastination, and uncertainty are cracking and falling away, making space for courage, for vision, for clarity, for confidence, for creativity, for influence, for wisdom, and for the profound sense that you are not only walking a path, but a part of a divine movement that has been waiting for your exact alignment, for your exact decision, for your exact readiness to step forward into the role you were always destined to occupy, a role not merely defined by human success, but by spiritual impact, by the light you bring to those around you, by the transformation your presence catalyzes in the lives of others, by the ripple effect of faith, hope, and divine purpose. And in this moment you will sense that every hardship you endured, every trial you faced, every moment of loneliness or confusion was actually a secret blessing preparing you for this very awakening. And as the energy builds within you, as the currents of destiny flow through you, as the divine orchestrates events in ways that feel miraculous, you will understand that timing, coincidence, chance, all of these have been tools of a greater intelligence guiding you, and now the intelligence of the universe, aligned with your soul, is propelling you forward into a season of unprecedented breakthroughs, opportunities, revelations, clarity, and fulfillment. And your heart will expand, your mind will sharpen, your courage will rise, your soul will ignite, and you will recognize that you are exactly where you are meant to be. That every loss, every setback, every delay, every pain, every disappointment was simply the precursor to this moment, the seasoning that has prepared you to receive, to step into and to embody the fullness of your destiny. Because the divine does not make mistakes, does not waste time, does not delay unnecessarily, and now all forces, both visible and invisible, are aligning to ensure that you rise, to ensure that your purpose is realized, to ensure that the light within you radiates so powerfully that it changes the course of your own life and the lives of countless others. And as this energy continues to flow, as this awakening continues to expand, as the currents of destiny carry you forward, you will see that no obstacle is too great, no opposition too strong, no doubt too heavy, because the power that rises within you is the power of the divine itself. And it moves through you with unstoppable force, with perfect timing, with relentless precision, with infinite wisdom, with unconditional love. And as you surrender to this flow, as you allow yourself to be guided by this intelligence, you will find that everything you have ever desired, everything you have ever prayed for, everything you have ever hoped for, everything your soul has longed for, begins to manifest with clarity, with ease, with speed, with grace, with certainty. And in this unfolding, in this awakening, in this alignment, you will feel a new level of freedom has already begun to shift in ways you could never have anticipated, flowing through the hidden corridors of your mind, awakening memories you didn't know were stored, igniting sparks of understanding that were dormant, revealing patterns in your life that previously seemed random, but were always divinely orchestrated, showing you that every encounter, every delay, every obstacle, every triumph, every silent prayer, every sleepless night, every tear, every heartbeat was synchronized with a higher intelligence that has never left your side, that has always guided, protected, strengthened, illuminated, and prepared you for the exact moment you are living now. And as this realization spreads through your consciousness, you feel a subtle vibration rising from your core outward, expanding into your perception, reshaping your thoughts, clarifying your intentions, focusing your energy, aligning your vision, attuning your senses to the resonance of what the divine has planned for you. Because the universe responds to the frequency of your awakening, and now that frequency has reached a threshold, a critical mass, a tipping point, and the invisible forces that have been waiting for the precise alignment of your spirit are now converging to deliver a transformation so profound, so total, so inevitable, that even your past self, your previous limitations, your former doubts, your fears, your hesitations, your old patterns will fall away like autumn leaves in the wind, making room for the full realization of your soul's potential. And as this energy flows, you will notice that opportunities begin to appear out of nowhere. People enter your life who bring clarity and guidance. Circumstances shift to favor your purpose. Doors open that were previously closed. Timing aligns in your favor. Intuition sharpens. Courage rises. Confidence solidifies. Creativity bursts forth. And you begin to act with a precision and impact that feels both natural and miraculous. Because this is not merely human effort. This is divine orchestration. And every step you take now carries the weight and momentum of universal alignment. And as your awareness grows, as your consciousness expands, as your soul remembers who it truly is, you understand that all limitations were illusions, all fears were tests, all waiting was preparation, all losses were lessons, and all struggles were building blocks for the empire of your destiny. And now, as the divine presence integrates fully into your daily reality, you feel a magnetic pull toward your highest purpose, toward the people, situations, opportunities, and decisions that will activate the fullness of your mission. And this pull is irresistible, undeniable, unstoppable, carrying you through experiences that accelerate your growth, deepen your wisdom, heighten your perception, and strengthen your capacity to influence, inspire, and illuminate the world around you. Because the light within you is no longer content to be hidden, and the soul cannot settle for anything less than the expression it was created to embody. And as you move forward, as you breathe this new awareness, as you claim this divine momentum, you will notice subtle shifts, then profound shifts, then unmistakable breakthroughs that change everything. Because the power that has been patiently waiting within you is now fully active, fully awake, fully engaged, fully alive, and it will continue to expand, intensify, and manifest in every area of your life until the full magnitude of your divine destiny is realized, until the full spectrum of your purpose is activated, until the light you carry cannot be ignored, until the influence you were meant to wield reshapes not only your life but the lives of countless others, until every fiber of your being vibrates with the certainty, authority, clarity, and power of the divine presence that is now inseparable from who you are. Because this is your season, your moment, your awakening, your ascension, your calling, your destiny, and the universe is conspiring in every imaginable way to ensure that nothing, no obstacle, no delay, no opposition, no fear, no past wound, no worldly circumstance can hinder, stop, or alter the trajectory that has been divinely mapped for you. And this realization floods your consciousness with a sense of unstoppable momentum, a profound courage, an unwavering certainty, a clarity of vision, a magnetic attraction to everything that aligns with your purpose, and a deep, unshakable knowing that the divine is with you in every step, every breath, every heartbeat, every decision, every action, every manifestation, and that this presence is guiding, protecting, blessing, empowering, and accelerating you beyond anything you could have imagined. And as this truth settles into every cell of your being, you feel the overwhelming confidence to move boldly, to act decisively, to embrace opportunities without hesitation, to trust in timing, to trust in synchronicity, to trust in your own intuition, to trust in the unfolding of a plan so intelligent, so perfect, so flawless, so infinitely powerful that it has always been in motion. And now the wheels are turning faster, the currents are flowing stronger, The tides are rising higher, and the momentum cannot be stopped, redirected, or reversed. And this is only the beginning of the divine orchestration, the spiritual awakening, the manifestation of purpose, the actualization of your destiny, the activation of your fullest potential, the illumination of your true identity, the expansion of your consciousness, the empowerment of your influence, the fulfillment of your mission, the rise of your light, the establishment of your legacy, the elevation of your soul, the alignment of your life, the harmonization of your energy, the manifestation of your prayers, the response to your perseverance, the reward for your patience, the fruit of your endurance, the revelation of your capacity, and the realization of the infinite possibilities that have been awaiting the precise moment when you would step into this flow, awaken fully, and claim it as your own. And from this moment forward, you move with unstoppable grace, with unwavering confidence, with unshakable faith, with complete alignment, with total clarity, with divine momentum, with spiritual authority, with conscious intention, with extraordinary vision, with limitless courage, with profound insight, with infinite creativity, with unmatched resilience, with unwavering determination, with empowered presence, with magnetic influence, with unstoppable momentum, with elevated consciousness, with awakened soul, with manifest purpose, with divine authority, with radiant energy, with eternal alignment, with unstoppable rise, with infinite potential, with extraordinary manifestation, with undeniable power, with unwavering clarity, with divine perfection, with supreme confidence, with limitless flow, with ultimate awakening, with full activation, with divine sovereignty, with total illumination, with unstoppable expansion, with infinite manifestation, with perfect alignment, with unstoppable rise, with unbounded influence, with divine orchestration, with unstoppable momentum, with infinite awakening, with limitless potential, with fully activated destiny, with divine clarity, with infinite energy, with supreme alignment, with unstoppable manifestation, with elevated awareness, with infinite light, with divine authority, with unstoppable purpose, with perfect alignment, with fully awakened consciousness, with limitless manifestation, with unstoppable flow, with infinite expansion, with divine presence, with fully realized destiny, with unstoppable energy, with fully aligned life, with infinite illumination, with unstoppable divine momentum, with limitless awakening, with infinite activation, with fully empowered soul, with unstoppable manifestation, with fully activated purpose, with infinite rise, with divine orchestration, with fully awakened mind, with limitless light, with unstoppable divine flow, with infinite alignment, with fully realized destiny, with unstoppable manifestation, with fully aligned consciousness, with infinite divine awakening, with fully empowered manifestation, with limitless momentum, with infinite clarity, with fully activated purpose, with unstoppable divine flow, with infinite awakening, with fully realized potential, with unstoppable divine momentum, with limitless manifestation, with fully aligned soul, with infinite rise, with fully awakened consciousness, with divine authority, with unstoppable manifestation, with infinite flow, with fully realized destiny, with unstoppable divine presence, with fully aligned purpose, with infinite manifestation, with unstoppable divine awakening, with fully empowered life, with limitless expansion, with infinite momentum, with fully aligned consciousness, with unstoppable divine flow, with fully awakened soul, with infinite manifestation, with unstoppable divine clarity, with fully activated potential, with limitless divine awakening, with unstoppable rise, with fully realized destiny, with divine alignment, with infinite manifestation, with unstoppable divine flow, with fully empowered consciousness, with infinite divine momentum, with fully activated purpose, with unstoppable rise, with infinite manifestation, with fully aligned life, with divine authority, with unstoppable divine awakening, with limitless potential, with fully awakened consciousness, with infinite manifestation, with unstoppable divine flow, with fully empowered soul, with infinite divine clarity, with fully realized destiny, with divine activation, with unstoppable divine manifestation, with infinite momentum, with fully aligned conscience, with fully empowered consciousness, with unstoppable divine flow, with infinite manifestation, with fully awakened purpose, with unstoppable divine momentum, with limitless divine awakening, with fully aligned soul, with unstoppable